Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for good fortunes for me by leaving a like on this video. A couple insights that I gained this past week. So as you guys know, I recently reconnected with an old friend of mine online, and it gave me a lot of courage to do a lot of things that I normally hadn't thought about, right? My art projects have exploded over the last couple of weeks, which is really important to me because I work in a rather high-stress environment at my day job, and sometimes knowing that I have backup plans really allows me to be myself, right? I just recently had to ask for some vacation time and, ask for various issues at work. I talked about yesterday how sometimes food allergies get the better of me at workplace meetings and all that, and I was able to speak up for myself, put my foot down. Sometimes my students want to do stuff that gets on my nerves, reschedule exams. Some of my students want to, every time we get to finals, there's a lot of drama. The students tell me that they want to go home to their family, and that's a tough one for me because when I was their age, I didn't get along with my family. So now that I see a 19, 20-year-old want to go home to their family, it hits a sore part of my body, and so I sometimes allow it, even if it's not the most convenient thing in the world for me. And obviously, there's only so much time in the day, so much heat that I could take, and it becomes a little bit of a problem. But now that I have this backup of secondary career, it makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to discuss this. One of my students claimed that he could get a better price on the airline ticket, and I kind of half-jokingly, just out of my heart, I wasn't even trying to negotiate for myself. But now that it comes so easily, I say, well, yeah, but what about my gas and the fact that I might have plans too? And he kind of backed down from that. I mean, we still compromised a little bit, but he kind of backed down from the tone of arrogance. Oh my God, I could save $60 on my airline ticket if I could take the exam earlier. He started with arrogance, and he toned it down. I still gave it to him, but he toned down his attitude a little bit. So that was good. It's nice to have that secondary career. And why am I so courageous about that art career now? Because I have other things going on in my life. And so it's all around just coming full circle together. See, I wish I had, years ago, I had a different hobby that was nothing like this. It never played out to my benefit. I was writing computer games. I still love it, but it's more of just a curiosity now. But the art project was everything that the computer games were not, right? Anyway, so, and then it gave me a lot of courage to approach this other girl that I knew from the college, right? We just had a graduation ceremony, and she and I had a good conversation. Yesterday, I was just about to talk to her online, and I drew a little bit of an insight. I discovered in times past, every time I would get ready to talk to a girl that I liked, I sometimes over-prepared. I write a script of what I might say and what she might respond with, and then what might I say, and what do I share with her, what do I not share with her. Sometimes I over-prepared. I'll let you pause the video to think what could happen if you over-prepare. You become too rigid with what's going to happen, and anything that strays from that, you're not prepared for, right? It's kind of like designing a self-driving car that can only handle normal circumstances, right? If you don't, you get the idea, right? Something out of the ordinary comes, right? Another driver. See, I think one of the big challenges of self-driving cars is that there's going to be this transition period where there's both kinds of cars on the road, right? If all of a sudden, overnight, we all went to self-driving cars, it might be a lot easier to implement than having this period of time where we go from 100% human-driven cars to 90% human-driven cars to... You get the idea, right? because every proportion probably has its own set of challenges, right? When there's 10% human-driven cars, there's probably different challenges than when there were 90% human-driven cars, right? So the idea is that you overplan, you become too rigid with how you're going to execute it. Same goes with planning for how to talk to a boss, right? The same goes with, God forbid you ever get in trouble with the law, right? You get a traffic ticket and go to court, right? You don't want to overplan it. You just want to be yourself, right? All right. So that was a big insight for me, that the less I planned, the better I executed. It's kind of weird. I mean, you got to have principles, obviously. What else has been going on? Unfortunately, the art projects have been kind of a double-edged sword, right? They did kind of free me up to be myself at work, but at the same time, they come at a huge cost, right? In terms of time, in terms of energy, right? How heavy it is. That's why I kind of switched to other kinds of art, as you guys saw. And I'm kind of worried that metal prices are going to go up, right? Because gold and silver are already up, and other metals have a tendency to follow suit. I hope at least we continue to have pennies in circulation, because I make a lot of stuff out of that too. But that's kind of why I diversified my art to things other than metals, right? So continue to pray for good fortunes for me by leaving a like on this video, please. This is the Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.